Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your August reading. My apologies for the delay. I hope you get to see this right away as it's posted today. Remember, this is a general reading, and you may book a personal reading with me at intuitivegardentarot.org. If you're new here, my name is Nicole. Welcome. Let's tune into the energy for my Aquarius friends here for the month of August 2025. And I'm using the Mind's Eye Tarot deck. This is the deck that strongly wanted to deliver this message for you today. So what do we have for Aquarius? We have the Page of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands, the Fool, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Swords, King of Cups. Okay, we have all the elements here, and we have one major arcana right in the center of your reading, Aquarius. So let's break it down. See what the message is for you for August. In the recent past, you've really been working hard on something, carrying a heavy load. This might be a physical burden. I'm feeling low back pain right now coming through with this one. And I'm hearing you have maybe just felt bogged down by work, by your work, whether it's your spiritual work, your day job, or both. But I'm sensing you might have been feeling discouraged lately, or just having this lack of inspiration and creative potential, just feeling weight. Okay, but you're showing up in the present as the Page of Pentacles. This is really looking at what you have in front of you, what resources are available to you right now. Some of you might be feeling that your compensation doesn't match your input for your efforts, whether it's in your own work or, again, a day job or some other project or relationship that you might be working on or feeling the weight of right now. You know, like I'm getting that you're feeling like you're working harder than you're getting paid for. And I certainly know what that feels like sometimes, so I understand that. And you are carrying the weight of supporting others. As well as you might even be feeling like somebody's watching you over your shoulder. Like watching your every move. Could be at work, or watching what you're working on if it's not at a career place. You know how it applies to you, Aquarius. And how this is affecting you is apathy, boredom, feeling like your cup is half empty instead of half full, longing for maybe a different opportunity, but not able to see where that could come from, not having that sense of hope, which is where I felt that in the beginning, that there is anything better for you to experience. So the Fool energy in the center of your reading, Aquarius, could be about literally just setting off on a trip or a journey, getting away for a while, having an adventure, you might be feeling like you want to get away from it all or just have a fresh start in your career or in your spiritual journey if it's been heavy and hard to bear. And there's something particular coming through about communication here. Maybe you need to ask for some time off. Maybe you need to communicate to others that you, if others are depending on you or watching your every move, you might need to communicate what your next move is or what your intentions are. Yeah, there's some smoke that's catching my attention here. Tune into this image for yourself, Aquarius, and see how it resonates with you. But this plume of smoke is wanting to communicate something, and there's very much activity in this throat chakra, either a block or it's in action, one of the two. Either it needs to be activated or it is activated. But maybe you're waiting for the smoke to clear on a situation before it's safe to talk about something or ask for something that you need to renew yourself or to take care of yourself or to have some time alone. You might need some time alone in order to get some clarity on what's in front of you, what your choices are, and where you want to go in life, what your next step is, because feels like you've been feeling stuck and not terribly happy with your experience right now. And the Queen of Pentacles is really gracefully allowing things to unfold and present themselves to her. This applies to men and women, not just women. It's the Queen of Pentacles energy. She knows how to attract and manifest what she needs in the physical world, and not just the physical world, but she is grounded in physical reality and in physical resources, which includes finances. So maybe you're feeling like you need to wait to retire or wait for a debt to be paid off, some financial burden that you've been shouldering for a while, and you might just feel like you need to put up with these undesirable, unfun circumstances or job until that is settled out and in the clear, stable. You are being watched over by guides, ancestors. That often comes through with this deck. And for some of you specifically, you might even be receiving an inheritance, or if it's not an actual inheritance, maybe some support from your actual tangible living family or loved ones. It doesn't have to be biological family. You know how this resonates for you. This Five of Swords, I'm going to let you tune into this image. I am going to do the same. I really want to see what's coming through here. I am hearing you're your own worst enemy. And it might be by focusing on the grass is greener concept or syndrome. I've done it and do it still sometimes. So I get it. We all do. But that might be where you are selling yourself short or cutting your potential short. You also might be still carrying the burden of your ancestors' beliefs about resources, money, and that work is hard and life isn't fun. That's loudly coming through. And that's unfortunately not making things better. It might obviously be making things worse. A little bit of a feeling like, why bother? This is just as good as it gets, or this is just how life is. And that's a bummer. That's not fun. That's not potential. That's not inspiration. That's not hope. I see why this reading started the way it did. But the King of Cups is about finding emotional balance, emotional stability, and love for yourself, for others. So for you, Aquarius, right now, I think your best bet to focus on would be what fills up your cup. What do you love about your life, your experience, your job, your family? Hopefully it's not a stretch, but even if you have to stretch, you can find something. And I think that's where you'll be able to find a new perspective, because I'm feeling like you're a little bit stuck in a heavy perspective, a limiting perspective that is a drag. And you do want to get out of it. You want to experience something new that is shouting out to me from the center of your reading here. You want to have more fun. You don't want life to be so predictable, because what you can predict is monotony and burdens and heaviness. So I feel like you want to experience some surprises, some delights, some magic. And that's going to come by getting in touch with your feelings and, again, what you love about yourself, the world around you, the people around you, etc. Okay, my Aquarius friends, this is kind of heavy, and it's a heavy time, and you've heard me say that before. It's just what it is for all of us. We're in our process of transformation. We're walking in the fire, and everyone is having an opportunity to have a better experience, but it's not going to just arrive magically. We do have to change our course and maybe step on a path that is new to us. So for you, Aquarius, it's a leap of faith. You might be finding yourself wanting to, or being guided to take a leap of faith in some way that will open up a new experience for you, a new path, because the one you've been on is downtrodden, well blazed, and pretty predictably unfulfilling, right? So what we have as your final message is creatrix in the water element. The water element is about your emotions, and we create from a frequency, and a frequency is very similar to a feeling. Feelings carry frequencies. So when I didn't bring this card up for you to look at, but I want you to look at this Four of Cups depiction closely. So here are 3 cups here in the water. Here's one just floating into place, the 4th cup that she's looking at it like, what's missing here in front of her? That's all she can see, is what's not there, that the cup is half empty. But the completion is just out of her sight line, because she is looking at things one way. So by opening yourself to a new possibility, to looking at things differently, allowing yourself to tap into your own love of, as I mentioned, for yourself, for what is right, and that would segue into gratitude. Gratitude is always the best way we can make a pivot or a course correction or a course change if we don't like the path we're on. That's usually how the wheel turns, is just by getting centered and grounded in what you're grateful for now, and kind of using that to change your perspective about where you want to go and what's going to fulfill you and what you want to create. So the creatrix, you know, this is a mother nursing a baby, and it's the number 10, which is about completion of a cycle. It's time to put down those heavy burdens and that hopeless perspective that many of us have inherited. It's not even our own truth. And then we create from that old belief that is unhappy, unfulfilled, and full of drudgery and monotony. So as you realize your creative potential, I want to read the fine print here at the bottom of the card. It says, express emotions, birth your creations, womb energy. Men have womb energy too. That would be the second chakra. Men and women have a sacral chakra. And yes, women have a physical womb to gestate a life. However, it's in that same place for men and women, and it's our creative energy. It's also our feelings. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, is all about emotions and creativity. It's where we create what we want to manifest. It is the workshop, or the artist studio, if you will, in the chakras. That's how I perceive it. So you are being invited to tap into that and really own that truth that you are able to create a new path and step out into it if you feel right about doing so. I hope this is helpful for you, Aquarius, and I hope that you're finding your way and forging a new path, open to adventure and excitement and delight. Okay, Aquarius, thank you for watching till the end. Thank you for subscribing if you already have. Please do so if you haven't. Consider doing so. It's free, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.